Tonight is the last debate in the presidential election. The first didn't go very well for Trump. The second one didn't happen because of Trump. So now we've got this. And the question is, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna focus on? Now, he has a lot of people in his orbit who are advised. Yesterday, we showed a video on the show of Mike Huckabee telling him, forget all this Hunter Biden stuff. Just talk about the economy, talk about the pandemic, talk about things that actually matter to people, which is all well and good for Mike Huckabee. But this morning on Fox and Friends, Brian Kilmeade at least raised the possibility that the format of the debate, which is focusing on those important issues, aren't necessarily going to constrain him. Take a look.
Climate change, COVID-19, American families, race, leadership, national security. How does the president get in what he was upset about with the Biden family and with Hunter's laptop? Does he fit that in, John Rich?
I'm guessing he will.
Okay, I'm guessing he will as well. So Ben, what do you think about this? What do you think Trump's strategy is going to be? Has he learned anything from the past couple of weeks, or is this going to be something like the first debate again?
I think with the exception of them having control of the microphones this time, I think it's going to be exactly like the first debate, because this is all Donald Trump knows how to do. He cannot talk about substantive policy issues. That is not his forte. His forte is bullying a conversation and giving his supporters enough red meat for them to get up and go to the polls no matter what. That's what he does. And so I fully expect for him to try to bring up the ridiculousness like Hunter Biden. But the fact of the matter is like we said, like you said earlier in this episode, that has already backfired spectacularly. So he doesn't really have a route to victory through tonight's debate, especially because they're going to be muting his microphone. But I'm looking forward to see him squirm.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in our audience yesterday were wondering, it's all well and good for them to mute his mic, but are they gonna keep a camera on him? Is he gonna be trying to talk and failing? I had two possible solutions for him. One is his mic isn't gonna be on, but Biden's is, so he might just scream loud enough to be heard on Joe Biden's mic. Some people in the chat yesterday thought he might walk over to Biden's podium like he did kind of with Hillary Clinton. All of this is sort of speculation based on our gut feelings about him. Do you think it's more likely that he will just sort of, grin and bear it and go crazy once it's his time to talk?
No, I absolutely think he's going to try to talk, even though the microphone will be cut off. So I am so like, please, Donald Trump, just for the sake of me and nobody else, please try to talk while the microphone is off. And I hope the camera does stay on him, because it is going to show just how ridiculous he is, and it's going to make him look like a toddler. And my apologies to toddlers across the globe, because Donald Trump is going to look like a complete abject moron.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm speaking for you. I think that we both think it would be better for him to pretend he cares about the pandemic, pretend he cares about the economy. He's probably not going to do that.
He's incapable of doing that. It's just he has a natural. He just can't. He has to be the complete moron that he is. So he's going to avoid the things that could actually help him, and he's going to engage in the things that are actually going to help or hurt him, because America's actually finally fed up with him.
Yeah. I wonder though, like my thing, I guess, is I don't want him to win, but I feel like I should at least say what I think would help him as part of being a political analyst or whatever. But I wonder though, would it matter? Like let's say he says, the pandemic's horrible and we're gonna redouble our efforts to do something about it. And you know what? We're gonna push through aid for the American people. Mitch McConnell's been holding it up for long enough, but I'm gonna make sure that people get what they need. Is it too late at this point for him to pretend to care?
That's a good question. That's a tough one, in that it would be such a refreshing surprise that I think it would really capture the attention of a lot of people. CNN will be ready to declare him presidential. All right, there'll be Van Jones.
Tone.
Right, Van Jones will put out a piece, a new tone tonight. The president was finally president 4 years in. I think it would have an impact, but I don't think it's going to move the dial on anyone's opinions.
Yeah, and if you had the ear of Biden or his debate prep team, what advice would you give to Biden for tonight?
I would. That's a tough one, because my inclination is to fight. right? Is to eviscerate Trump in every way imaginable, go toe to toe with him. But the last debate showed that it kind of played to his advantage to be the mild mannered guy, to be the guy who was Mr. Rogers, as they try to insult him with. Americans are tired, yeah, right? They actually try to insult him by calling him Mr. Rogers, when Americans are so fatigued with what's going on around us that they actually would probably prefer to see him not do what I would do, which is to just go head to head with Donald Trump and just let it all find its way out.
Yeah, like I have to bear in mind that as you mentioned, the muting is only for those like the first 4 minutes of like a 15-minute block. There's gonna be lots of time for back and forth. I'm kind of wondering if like Trump wants to just lay into him, shred him, talk about crazy stuff, talk about QAnon and babies and cuties and all that stuff. Like that's what he wants. But that doesn't mean that that's what's good for him. I think a lot of people felt bad for Biden and felt like the fact that Trump kept cutting in didn't give Biden the room to be flustered and make mistakes and have problems remembering things. If hypothetically that's a thing that could happen, and that's what Trump wants you to believe, he didn't really create an environment where that could happen because he was just hounding Biden the whole time. That will be a little bit harder to do this time. Biden will be a little bit freed up. I wonder if that's actually a good thing for Joe Biden.
The subtext of what you're saying is actually fascinating.
Well, let me be clear. Well, really, let me be clear. I don't think that Joe Biden's brains are tapioca pudding like Trump says. I'm saying from Trump's team's point of view, they think that Biden can barely keep his head off his chest. So I have no comment on that, John, because I'm gonna get in trouble if I do. I actually like your first scenario where Donald Trump dominates it and doesn't give him an opportunity to have any gaffes. I think that worked in the first debate. Maybe that'll work tonight. Yeah, I don't want to. Well, you don't vote for me then to a town hall participant. I don't want any more gaffes like that. I'm good.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.